And Brain Dead, it's a Bad Taste sold to like 15 countries. Brain Dead is sold to 22 countries, but the Feebles we've only managed to sell to, I mean, 7 or 8 countries. It's a very difficult, because distributors are very cautious. They don't like taking risks. I mean, they spend a lot of money on obtaining the rights for the film. They spend a lot of money when they release it on advertising and promotion. Mm-hmm. They don't like taking risks because they could lose their money. Yeah. They like safe films. They like a film that's like Lethal Weapon or like Alien or like something else. They like to have a familiar movie that they know there is an audience for. And The Feebles is so different that it represents a big risk for somebody to say, well, I'm going to distribute this movie. Because, who knows? I mean, people might like it, they might not. It's just impossible to know how the audience will react to it. So there has to be something to encourage a distributor. I mean, what I think will happen is that if Brain Dead has any success anywhere, like if it becomes a well-known movie, because it's too early to say at this stage, but if it does, then I think that will help the Feebles, because they can say, well, this is Meet the Feebles from the director of Brain Dead, and that gives them a way to promote it. It gives them something. So I think Brain Dead will help the Feebles. A lot of Peter and Brain Dead is Diana, I think. I don't know. She might not agree, but this sort of energy and life that she has, which I really liked. With Diana is that she actually doesn't like horror films at all. She's never really seen any horror films, and so just before she came to New Zealand to do Brain Dead, I was talking to her on the telephone, and I said, well, why don't you go to your video store and get Reanimator out, have a look at that, because that's kind of what we're doing, sort of, you should prepare yourself. And anyway, she told me when she got to New Zealand that I asked her if she'd seen it. She said, she could only watch half of it. She didn't like all the blood and gore. I thought, no. And we were shooting Brain Dead. We did it kind of in chronological order, so that all this drama scenes, all this relationship stuff with Diana and Tim were shot first. So we've been filming for 5 or 6 weeks doing all this stuff, and it's been going well. And it came time to shoot the first scene with Diana that involved gore. Like this was her first gore scene, and it was the sequence where some zombies rampaging through the house, and Lionel has his back to a door, and a pair of hands crash through the door and grab Lionel's throat. Paquita immediately grabs a pair of nail scissors and starts to cut through the zombie's wrist to try to free the hand from Lionel's throat. And so the zombie hand was made of gelatin, which is a very soft substance, and with some blood tubes, and the camera was focused on Lionel's face and the zombie hands. All we could see of Diana were her hands. We couldn't see anything else on this particular shot. And so I was looking at a little video monitor, and we were filming it, and Diana was cutting, and the blood was spurting out, and that was great, and I was going faster, and she was cutting faster, and she got through the wrist, and I yelled, "Cut, fantastic," and I stood up, and everyone was really happy, and then I looked over at Diana, and I noticed for the first time that she was crying. She was just very, very upset, and she'd started crying while she was cutting the wrist, and she'd just been crying, but she kept cutting it, and she, because she's such a professional actress, that she didn't suddenly stop and go into, she just kept going even though the tears were streaming down her face, and she was upset, and she says, I've never cut a hand before. I said, I've never, it was so realistic, I didn't, but 3 or 4 weeks later, she was blending zombie arms and legs in the blender in the kitchen and not having any problem. She was a professional zombie killer.
Yeah. Mark's here.
We're doing casting now.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Thank you very much again.
Good.
Tough luck.
Thank you. Good.